Hello, my name is Tina Hisola, and I'm here to talk about the experience I talked about in part one. And this is part two. So if you haven't seen part one, I suggest you go back and watch part one first. All right. So before I start with part two, I'm going to read this that I've written down to kind of take us into part two. My experience is not to be taken lightly, because from what I experience, not everyone will be able as I to take on the exact type of experience. For every experience that an individual experiences will often differ from another. In my experiences that I have found myself in are often very different than others to whom I've ever talked to, especially about the ability to fly in a dreamlike state, which I am now convinced that a dreamlike state is another realm entirely. Question is, have you ever had the same dream more than once? Or ever been to the same location in dreams? Maybe not the same dream, just same location. I have, and many people who I have talked to can recall times like I described. So as you know, I was interrupted in my last video, and if you haven't watched part one, okay, I already said all that. I won't read that. Okay, so here's part two. I'm not going to rewind. I know how to pause now, so if an interruption happens again, I will just pause the video and continue from there. All right, part two. I had just come into the new community that I went back into before and decided I'm going to start walking right into the community. Now, I actually heard voices this time and remembered, but I don't remember everything that I heard, just a few things. First, I heard, "We need to get back to the ship." And I'm like, huh. Then I heard some threats, and I didn't know where it was coming from. And then I saw where it was coming from. And what I saw was an alien making the threats. Yeah, kind of a short alien at that. I could probably describe it, but I'm not going to describe it now. But I took action without even thinking. And this is where it gets kind of gruesome. I went to the alien, snapped his neck back, and thought I killed it. But I heard this. "You'll never hear the last of me!" And I'm like, whoa, okay. So then after that, right after that, I'm back in my bed. And I'm like, wow, that was weird. So I'm like, well, I think I'm done with that. I think I'm going to try to hear my spiritual guides. But I feel this on the back of my back. And I'm like, huh? That's weird. And then I feel it again. I'm like thinking about the dream or the dreamlike state of the astral projection that I was in. And I analyzed it. And then I felt like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, no, you shouldn't do that. Yes, you should. And so I thought about it. And I thought about how I snapped that alien's head back. And I was like, oh, that's the second time I attacked an alien in a dreamlike state. And then I felt really bad because I was like, oh, well, that's not good. And then I heard a big old knock in this corner over here of my room, which is where I sometimes hear knocks at when something's about to happen with me. And then it's like this voice came over me, like, now you get it. And I'm like, huh, I heard that. And then I heard, yeah, you were on training grounds. And I'm like, training grounds? Training grounds? And then I thought about it more. That's what we are on. Training grounds. We are living on training grounds. Training for what? Understanding, learning different things. I believe in past lives, and I do believe that I have seen my past lives. I've even seen the future. Sounds crazy, but I dream about the future sometimes and have dreamed of places and then gone there. And this is where it's just kind of tricky, and I thought I'd have a better way of putting it, but I don't want to stop the video just because I stumbled there. Everyone is on their own timeline. Everyone is dealing with their own shit. That's why this isn't made for kids, by the way. Because I cuss. But yeah, we are learning, we are experiencing, we are here for a purpose, we came here for a reason, and we have to find out what that reason is. Whatever that reason is. My reason is to have a voice. I finally have a voice. In 2012, I had a YouTube channel, and all my videos I ever did, I never used my voice. This year now, on the other hand, I have full confidence. I finally know what my purpose is. My purpose is to share my stories, to share what I know, things that I found out on my own. And this is my story about my astral projection. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button for future uploads. Thank you.